Former Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i is back, and President William Ruto must be a worried man. Allow me to share with you this information published by Citizen TV. Matiang'i excites Kitui residents as he takes a stroll amid reports of presidential bid. And if you pay attention to this particular picture, you will see that the former Interior Cabinet Secretary is greeting the residents and sharing that moment as they try to showcase their economic activity of selling mango, and they were happy. You can see on their faces, and this particular picture where now women are trying to showcase their tomatoes and also onions. It really shows that Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i is a man of the people. And remember, there are rumors that Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i is going to vie in 27 to replace William Samoei Arap Ruto. In this video, I want us to look at the chances of Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i making William Ruto a one-term president, and also why he decided to come out and greet the residents of Kitui. Now, on that particular post, residents had to say this, and I quote, one Facebook user by the name Babu Hoods Ndungu said, "Oh my God, I never thought this, so he is loved by everyone. Kalonzo might see dust too." Another Facebook user by the name Ashiton Lusaka says, and I quote, "May God lead you." Another Facebook user by the name Alex Kibet Naibei says, and I quote, "Our only remaining hope." Another one by the name Thomas Kinara says, and I quote, "May the will of our Lord Jesus Christ be done." Another one by the name Minor Samuel says, "Our remaining hope." Another one by the name Lynn Wayne, he says, "is the best remedy for Kenya, signs and symptoms." Now, before we move on, in case this is your first time, support us by subscribing and turning on the notification bell. We are on a mission to 6,000 subscribers, and we can't hit 6K without you subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for supporting this YouTube channel. Allow me to ask you one question. Do you think Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i is a viable candidate in 2027? I'm talking about, is he a viable presidential candidate for 2027 presidential elections? And can he unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto in 2027? Please let me know what you think in the comment section. Allow me to react on those particular pictures I have shown you and that particular information I have read for you. The reality on the ground is that Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i is loved by the people of Kenya. You know, in Kenya, politics is always seen as something that you must be loved by people from your own community. But the love for Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i, it cuts across, not only in Kisii where he is coming from, but everybody in Kenya understand and know what Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i was able to achieve during his tenure as an ICT minister, as a minister for education in the Republic of Kenya. Remember what he transformed in the Republic of Kenya and in the education sector in 2016, when they were only able to get, I think, about 144 A's as compared to other years where they were cheating in examination. He was able to transform that particular sector. And then lastly, he served as Interior Cabinet Secretary. And the Kenyans were able to see what Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i could do. In fact, he warned Kenyans that almost more than even a quarter of the leaders that will be elected, that were elected in 2022, some of them are not better leaders. And that can tell you that he is a man that is loved by the people of Kenya. Let us now come back to politics. Can Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto? And how can he do it? Remember, One candidate that I am certain will be in the ballot is Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, the former Vice President of the Republic of Kenya. I doubt if he can support anyone else, even if Dr. Fred Matiang'i is going to join his team. Still, he is going to be in the ballot. So I'm still wondering, will he go alone? Will he face President William Ruto alone, or will he form a coalition with Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka and the likes of the former Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua? But let's talk about Matiang'i as an individual. My honest opinion, Dr. Fred Matiang'i has what it takes to be the President of the Republic of Kenya. If it's about competency, he is competent. The only question that I have is how is he going to get to State House? Is he going to get members of parliament that will support his policies? I can give you a very good example. When the president of Senegal was elected, he never had the majority of the members of parliament. So any policy that he was trying to come up with was being rejected by the members of parliament, and he decided to dissolve the parliament. And in Kenya, we have seen President William Ruto did not have many members of parliament, but immediately he was pronounced president-elect, many members of parliament decided to shift their camps. And the reality on the ground, there was an accusation that he was buying these members of parliament. So that is a challenge, that even if Kenyans will elect Matiang'i, how many members of parliament will he get to support his policies in the National Assembly and even senators? That is the reality on the ground. So for him to win, he must work extra hard, convince the youth of this nation. But to face William Ruto alone, it will be difficult. He must form a coalition with other like-minded political players in the country. In fact, if Uhuru Kenyatta will support him, then it will be better. That is just my opinion. In case you have any counter opinion, feel free to share in the comment section and I will be reading your feedback. Now, at the end of my videos, I promise to carry out civic education. This is what you need to do. You need to register as a voter as soon as possible. The beauty of being a registered voter is that you can participate in two elections. One, general elections. Two, by-elections. A by-election will always occur whether uh, the person who is holding that particular office dies, or a competent court of law finds that an election that was carried out was not in accordance with the Kenyan Constitution 2010 and therefore it was null and void. Therefore, there will be a by-election. Number two, you need to demonetize politics as soon as possible. The beauty of demonetizing politics is that you can get leaders of high integrity, leaders that will not steal public funds, because when they give you 200, 100 bob, 500 bob, after the election, they will always find a way of recovering their money. Lastly, remember to vote for a policy. Don't just vote for a leader because they are popular in your ward, constituency, county, and even the country at large. These people sometimes they don't have vision. And if you elect someone without a vision, meaning your life will not be better at the end of 5 years. That is just my opinion. But for now, I will see you in the next video.